guys, hey girls, hey boys. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Mari, also known as MariiiBajariii here on YouTube. Hello, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited because I am doing a review slash try on for you guys. Is it a try on or impressions on the new Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation? You guys are in for a good one, let me just say that. So in this video, I pretty much try this foundation out for you guys, show you how I apply it and how I set it and how I finish it, and pretty much give you my thoughts on this foundation. I keep touching my hair because it is in my way. If you're interested to see my thoughts on the new Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, I suggest you keep on watching. But before I start this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so you're notified every single time your girl posts. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I am so excited to be sitting down and filming a video on the new Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. When I saw that she announced this foundation, I got so excited because I literally love every single thing that Dose of Color has. Like the palette, like my favorite go-to palette is the Desi X Katie with Dose of Colors. Their highlights are so good. Their lip products, don't even get me started. So there is nothing from Dose of Colors that I dislike. So again, when she announced foundation, I was like, oh my gosh, I need it in my life. So I recently went to LA and I got lucky because the pop-up shop was the weekend that I was there. So I headed to the pop-up shop that they had there in Beverly Hills, and I was excited because they were doing color matching. And when it comes to foundation, for me, it is very difficult. I either get one too light, too dark, too peachy. Like sometimes it looks too pink on my skin tone. So I was like, okay, I just need to go and get help with foundation matching, because obviously when it comes to me matching myself, it doesn't always work out. So I went to the pop-up shop and there was a girl in there. I didn't get her name, but she was so sweet, honestly. Like I had makeup on already, so I kind of wanted to match that. So what we did was try, I think, either 2 or 3 foundations, and right after like the first or second one, I already knew what color it was. We looked in different lightings, like we were kind of indoors, and then I went to the sun, and honestly the color that I got is a perfect match, and I'm so happy with it. I already tried this foundation once because I was too excited, honestly. First of all, I was too excited. I gave it a try, and I also wanted to wear it in a long period of time rather than just sitting down here and filming it for you guys. It's not really like a good amount of time for me to be like, oh my gosh, I love it. For me, when it comes to foundations, I really have to give it a few tries, or even just one try, see how it works throughout the day, and I can automatically tell. So I will be obviously explaining to you guys my thoughts on that. So before we get into any application, I do want to go over the foundation just in case some of you have no idea what this foundation does. I want to read it off to you. So I'm on the website. So this is called the Meet Your Hue foundation, which is medium to full coverage, and she has 42 shades in this foundation. So it is based off different skin tones. So I think they said there's 7 of each category. So there's fair, light, light medium, medium tan, dark, and deep. And there's 42 shades total. And this foundation claims to be high pigment, matte finish, buildable, lightweight, and long wearing. So when I saw that the foundation was matte, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of just like, I'm not really a fan of a super matte face. I love the dewy look. I love to look glowy and healthy rather than just like matte. I feel like it kind of makes my skin feel and look drying, so it's kind of a little iffy. But when I applied this foundation the first time, it did not look like super dry. So again, we'll get into that when I apply it, but don't let the matte in the description fool you or make you feel like, oh, I don't want to buy it because it's matte, because you don't have to worry about that. So obviously you can apply powder to make this matte, but this foundation is not all extremely matte. So if you have very oily skin and you need that matte dry foundation, this is not gonna be the one for you. But I just want to let you guys know, do not let the matte scare you, because that's what scared me away. I was kind of like, and I started to watch some videos, and then it really kind of just drew me in. Before I go into all the details and stuff, I want to get into the application so I can talk to you guys while I'm doing it. And I also picked up their new sponge. So when going to the pop-up shop, if you bought a foundation, you get a free sponge. So that was so exciting because this retails for $15 and I got this for free. So I'm excited because the shape is so cute. When it comes to sponges, I do get a little picky because I want something that could really get into like the inner corner and under the eyes. And this one I think is gonna be perfect for that. So this is my beauty sponge right here. It's pretty dirty, but looking at it, like this point is a lot pointier than this one, and sometimes you kind of have to like squeeze the beauty sponge to really get in there, but this one honestly looks like it's gonna do the job, and we'll have to see. I have not tried this out yet because I wanted to wait for the video. Anyways, so when doing today's face, I'm gonna do everything that I would do on a regular day, like my go-to primers, bronzers, everything, so I can really see how this foundation works and I can really see how it performs, because obviously if I change up all the different products, I'm not gonna know what messed it all up. I need to know if it was the foundation, you know? So to prime the face, I'm going to be using my two favorite primers, which is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer, and then I take my Tatcha Silk Canvas just to apply on my nose because that's where I have like the most freaking pores, and a little bit right here, basically everywhere that has pores. So that's where I'm going to prime. You guys, and I went to the pop-up shop thinking I was just going to, you know, pick up the foundation, but guess who was there? I met Anna, and she's honestly so freaking nice. Like, obviously, like, we just see their lifestyle on social media, so we don't really know how they are personally, but when I met her, she was the sweetest person ever. Like, she was just, you can tell she's humble. Let's just say that. You can tell she's humble. Okay, now I'm going in with the Banana Bright. As I was saying, so I follow Anna on Instagram, and I always watch her stories, and I always saw her, like, going back home very late, because I remember she'd be like, oh, long day at like the office, and she was talking about her foundation for a while, and you could tell she was very involved. So when she released the foundation, I was like, I know she put a lot of work into this, so I really have to go and support her, you know? So I'm so excited for this foundation, you guys. You have no idea. Okay, so now that the face is primed, I'm going to use the foundation. Oh my god. My hair is lightweight frizzy because I just did it. Okay, so the color that I ended up choosing was in the light category. So this is shade 113. I tried 112 and I believe 114, but 14 was way too dark, and the 12 I think was a little too light. So this one was like the perfect shade for me. And again, when I was talking about foundations, it's hard for me because I feel like, oh, it matches me, but then when I start to put my makeup and throughout the day, I notice like, oh my god, like you could really see how dark, so sometimes I have to blend all the way down. So I feel like this is the perfect shade for me right now because I am not too tan, but I'm also not super light. Even though I look very white right now, it's because I don't get tan on my face. Like, my arms are usually darker than my face, as you can tell, so I kind of have to match like my whole body. So this was the perfect color. Going into foundation, I like to just put a pump. A full pump gives a lot, and I'm just going to like pretty much tap it all over before I go in with the sponge. And I think they said like one pump is enough, but honestly I usually do two, so we'll see. And I'm going to go in with the sponge. Ooh, this sponge is nice. It's not too harsh and it's not too soft either, where it literally soaks up all the product. This feels like a really nice sponge. Do another pump for this side of the face on the forehead. See, like two full pumps is enough for my entire face. It honestly might be a little too much. And it does not dry fast either, so you have time to blend it all out. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my usual concealer, which is a Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Vanilla. Okay, so let's see how this sponge works for the concealer, if it can really get in there. Yes, oh my gosh. See what I mean? Like, you see that inner corner? Like, it really just gets right in there. I'm holding it at the end too. Oh. Okay, so see, do you see what I mean when I say it's not super matte? Like, you could still see a little sheen right there. So it's not super dry. Like, you could still feel the tagginess. Like, some foundations, if they're matte, they'll literally just feel dry. But nope, this is like a semi-matte, I feel like. Okay, so to set under my eyes, I'm going to do it the way I usually would, which is with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. But before, of course, make sure nothing is creasing, because if you set that, you're gonna be setting some creases. And again, with this point, you could really get in to set it. Sometimes I feel like my beauty blender can't get in there when setting my under eyes. And then no matter what, I always set my nose because that's where I get like the most oily. Even if it's a matte powder, no matter what, your girl always gets freaking oily on my nose. And then to set the rest of my face, I always use my HUE Beauty banana bread powder. I feel like it gives my face more dimension rather just using my Laura Mercier one, because that one's kind of just like white, but it has like a little bit of yellow tint, but this banana bread really has some more color. So I like to just dust it all over the other areas. Very little onto the forehead because I still like a little bit of sheen on the forehead because I don't want it to look too cakey. Okay, so now to bronze, of course I'm using my Benefit Hoola bronzer. And of course I'm taking my Real Techniques multitask brush. And then to dust all over, I'm using this Crown contour brush just to bring some more bronzer up. I feel like, I don't know, I always use different brushes. I don't even know if I need to, I just do it. Now for blush, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. This is my MAC Gingerly blush, and I'm taking my Urban Studio Stippling 204 brush. And I really love the blush look on the nose. Ooh, that was low-key a lot. Oh my god, the way that my face looks right now is just so freaking nice. I look like Facetune without the Facetune. Okay, so now I really like how this looks even without the highlight, but I have to add the highlight no matter what. So I'm taking my Anastasia loose highlight, and this is So Hollywood. And I'm just gonna take it on my fan brush and whatever's left on the cap, just swirl it around. You guys, do you see how nice my face is looking right now? It just looks so like airbrush. Like it doesn't look too powdery, too dewy. Like I feel like my face just looks like, I don't know. And remember how I told you guys this is the second time that I used this foundation. I used it 2 days ago, and oh my gosh, by the end of the day, I only had a little bit of oils around my nose, but I didn't even touch it up all day. Like my face literally stayed looking like this the entire freaking day. Anna did her thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish like my eyes and add some lipstick, and I'll be back to give you my final thoughts on this Meet Your Hue foundation. Alright guys, so I went ahead and completed my makeup look. I decided to add some yellow to my inner corner because I love that trend going around and I still didn't get the chance to try it. So I was like, perfect, let's just pop it in the inner corner. And then I finished up the lips with a Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner and my Dose of Colors Supernatural liquid lipstick, and I feel like everything just ties in perfectly. Alright, so now to give you my final thoughts on the foundation, go buy it. So overall, you guys, I cannot like get over how nice my face looks. Like it doesn't look too matte, although it might look super matte in the video, but like in person it still has that like dewy look. I also have not set my face yet, so depending on the setting spray that you use, obviously it will affect it. If you do a mattifying setting spray, if you do a dewy, glowy, that will change it, but I didn't want to affect that yet, so I'll do that later. But you guys, this foundation I cannot say enough good things about. So this is like a medium to full coverage, and I feel like it gives me the perfect amount of coverage. You could obviously build this up. It is buildable. You can get that more fuller coverage, but I feel like this is enough coverage for me. Like I said, this looks like Facetune, but without the Facetune. Like this is such a nice satin finish. It does not look too cakey. It does not look too dewy, too matte. Like this is perfect. So I highly suggest that you pick this one up. I'm so happy that I got color match because I am not good at all with choosing foundation. So I haven't really looked online to see how to separate what colors like would be good for me, because I just cannot buy foundation online. Like that will just not work. I feel like it'd be a disaster. So I think this is gonna be an Ulta, or yeah, Ulta and Namie's, I think. So if you have one near you, I highly suggest you go in and test it out if you aren't good, because I am terrible. But anyways, Overall, oh, I didn't even mention the price. This is a $36 foundation, and I honestly think that's a good price because there is a lot of foundation and I only needed 2 pumps for my entire face. So I feel like this will last you a very long time. So yes, overall 10/10 recommend this foundation. I love it so much. And as for the sponge, I highly recommend this. So not only can you use the bottom foundation, perfect, and the tip, oh my gosh, I love it because it really just gets into the inner corner, like right here. Sometimes you can't really get in there, especially if you have like creasy under eyes. I feel like this will help you a lot, so I highly recommend this as well. And $15 isn't too bad for a beauty sponge. It's like kind of between drugstore and high-end because Beauty Blender is $20, and I know like the Real Techniques one is like either $7 or $10. So this is like right in the middle, $15, and you guys need this foundation in your life. I cannot stress this enough. So yeah, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you would like to see in the future. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my Angels channel, which is M&A Forever Ever. Stay blooming, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We dancing.